Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on integration part 6. A special puzzle to warm up the brain cells is on the next slide. The answer will be given at the end. Enjoy. What is the meaning of the following? Good luck with it and see how you go. Area between two curves. Find the shaded area between the line y equals 2x and the parabola y equals x squared. So there it is here. That shaded area is what we want. So basically our method is that we're going to find the area under the line and we're going to subtract the area under the curve, and that will give us the shaded area. So here's our solution. Now here's our line y equals 2x. There's the parabola. They're both equal to y, so we let them equal each other. That gives us that quadratic equation. When we factorize it, we get this quadratic equation. So x is 0 or x is 2. Basically what that's done is that's given us the limits. So that's where the line intersects the parabola at x equals 0 and x equals 2. So that's what we're going to use to find our areas. So we need to find the area between the two curves, and that's why we're subtracting them from each other. Okay, there's your line, and the y equals 2x, and there's your parabola y equals x squared, so we just subtract them from each other. As I said earlier, we find the area under the line, we find the area under the curve, and we subtract them from each other, and that's what I've done there. So now we do our integration with our limits from 0 to 2. So when we integrate 2x minus x squared, we get that part there. When we substitute 2 in, we get that part there. Minus, when we substitute 0 into that expression, we get 0. Simplifying that part gives us 4 minus 8 over 3, which is 4 minus 2 2/3, which is 1 1/3. So the area between the line and the curve is 1 1/3. Now you can pause the video at any time and just goes through that very slowly to check it out. Example 2. Find the shaded area between the line y equals x plus 3 and the parabola y equals x squared plus 1. And we do exactly the same trick. We find the area under the line and we take away the area under the curve. And that leaves us with the shaded area. So y equals x plus 3 and y equals x squared plus 1. So we can let them equal each other, which gives us that quadratic equation. When we factorize and solve this, we get x equals 2 or x equals minus 1. So they are our limits. X equals -1, x equals 2. So they're our limits, which we use in the integral. So we need to find the integral of x plus 3 minus, in brackets, x squared plus 1. So that's basically the area under the line minus the area under the curve. When we simplify those terms there, we get x minus x squared plus 2. Here are our limits. We integrate that to get that expression. We still have our limits. When we substitute 2 in there, we get all those terms there, minus, when we substitute minus 1 in there, we get all those terms there. Now, if you look at those terms there in the first set of grouping symbols, that gives you 2 minus 8 over 3 plus 4. So if you simplify each of those, you'll get 2 minus 8 over 3 plus 4. Here's our negative sign there and there. And inside those large grouping symbols, we have a half plus a third minus 2. So if you simplify each of those parts there, that'll give you a half plus a third minus 2. We remove the grouping symbols, so we put the minus sign right through, and that gives us those 6 terms there. When we simplify those, we get 4 1/2. And that is the area between the line and the curve. If you need to, please pause the video at any time and just go through this slowly at your leisure and you'll arrive at that answer. Here's a quick quiz to help you. Please check through the video at any time. The answer to the puzzle. What is the meaning of the following? Dominoes. Now I've highlighted some letters to help you. I think you can work that out. Here are the answers to the quick quiz, and the video is at your disposal.